Welcome to Consulting Business School. The topic for this week is resourcing over time as your business grows. When do you add people into your team? What types of people? That's coming right up. Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about resourcing because as you start your consulting business, you're going to need more people coming into the business as it grows. When should you bring people in? What types of people? And let's not forget that one of the biggest issues for any new business is cash flow. Most businesses don't survive. I forget what the statistics are. If you find the statistics, maybe add them below in the comments. But what proportion of small businesses fail in the first year and the first 5 years and the first 10 years? I think it's something like 90% fail within 5 years. The biggest cause of failure is cash flow. So you've got to be really careful in those early stages of developing your business. And one of the biggest costs in your business is, of course, people. So you've got to be really careful when you bring those on board. So let me just share with you, this will only be a quick video. Let me just share with you the sort of sequence that I generally do in a business so as not to drain the business of cash flow. Okay, so very typically, if you're starting off a consulting business, it's you. And it might be you and maybe a partner, but there's just one or two of you and you're doing everything. So you're delivering the services, you're doing the bookkeeping, you're doing the selling, you're doing the marketing. And that's generally how most people start out, unless you've got a nest egg to be able to afford to have extra staff right from the beginning. So you're going to be doing everything yourself. What's generally then the first resource do you think that is going to come on board? I would suggest it's a bookkeeper. Excuse me. So it's someone to help you with the invoicing, managing the finances, because sales and delivery are critical to any small business. Managing the finances, absolutely right up there. So the first help you're going to have on board, I would suggest is someone helping you with the finances. So all the bookkeeping, cash collections, sending out the invoices, doing your cash flow forecasts, keeping on top of all of that, absolutely. And that's what I did when I started my business 23 years ago now. I had a part-time bookkeeper who used to come around to my house and look after all of that for me. So it could be part-time. Then as the business grows, the next natural thing that you're going to need is more consultants to actually deliver services, because it's going to be, let's just assume it's you. It was me and a business partner in my case, but let's just assume it's you. You're going to run out of hours. You can't do all of the work yourself, and you're going to have to bring someone else on then to help you in the delivery of those services. That shouldn't be a cash flow drain because that person should be generating revenues. So just don't bring on too many at once. Make sure that you're bringing them on incrementally so that the increased sales revenue is covering each of those as you go along. Probably then, and that addition of consultants is going to happen all the way through the growth of your business. As people are sort of coming up to capacity, you might have 6 consultants. Oh, we're getting a bit busy. It's hard to keep up. Then you're going to bring in number 7. Then you're going to bring in number 8. And gradually, you're going to do that through the life of your business. What the next sort of type of resource that you're probably going to bring on is marketing. So generally, the business owners and the senior consultants in the business are going to be the best at selling. But really, what you've got to be good at to bring in those new leads is marketing. And that requires quite a bit of specialist skill these days, whether you're doing social media marketing, whether you're doing videos like this, paid advertising. There is a whole raft of things that you can be doing. Just to give you an idea, when we started getting serious about marketing in my own business, in Logistics Bureau, I brought on one person full time, and we weren't doing a lot. With the marketing now for my main business, Logistics Bureau, I have a team of 7 just on marketing. What are they doing? They're doing websites, they're doing social media, they're doing video editing, they're doing all of our CRM and email marketing. So it requires a lot of resource. I'm not saying you're going to have 7 right up front, but what I'm suggesting is after you've brought on a bookkeeper and some more consultants, a marketing resource is probably the next one. Because there's a lot of stuff that you can be doing, which you don't have the time for, which is going to help to bring in good quality leads for your business. It's going to give you great exposure. So marketing is really important. And then I suppose as the business continues to grow, you're going to have more admin staff. You know, you might have more people doing the bookkeeping. You might have more people doing the marketing. You might need systems people. Gradually, you're going to be adding the admin staff. Just be careful that you don't start overloading the business with too much overhead. So all the while you're looking at cash flow, you're looking at the sales, you're making sure that you've got enough consultants that are bringing in the revenues, and you're not loading up with non-revenue earning people too much. Just put them in as you can afford them. So that's pretty much how that growth goes. If you jump onto the website, and we'll put a link up here, Consulting Business School website, I think we still have it. There's a guide that you can download on the homepage there. And one of the things that it will show you is what I did with my own business, Logistics Bureau, back in 1997 when I started it. I drew an organization chart of the business on day one, and the organization chart was for 5 years in the future. And, you know, I looked at that 5 years later and it was exactly right. So it was a full organization chart. We'll put the link up here. You can go and download it. And basically there was 2 of us in the business and our names were in all the boxes. And then gradually we were basically taking our names out and putting other names in as we grew the business and brought new people on. So that's a really good tip actually to do that right from the beginning. The other really big tip, which wasn't really available when I started Logistics Bureau, is that you actually don't need full-time resources and you don't need local resources to do a lot of the support. You can actually get bookkeeping done, you can get your marketing done with overseas staff who are going to be probably 10% of the cost of local staff and just as professional in doing it. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a link up here to another channel of mine, which is Virtual Done Well, because I actually own a virtual assistant company in the Philippines as well as my consulting business. I'm not trying to sell you a virtual assistant, but if you go over on that channel, you can learn all about how to find virtual assistants, hire virtual assistants, and that's going to help you grow your consulting business. And of course, you know, if you want one of our virtual assistants, we can certainly help you out. But the link to the channel will help you get your head around the concept and what some of those people can do for you. Okay, that's the end of my list. So what's the main issue there? The main lesson: make sure you don't screw up your cash flow by putting too much overhead into the business. You've got to make sure that you've got enough revenue earning resources to keep the cash flow going before you start adding in back office resources, because otherwise you're going to kill your cash flow. So, and you know, bring in maybe a bookkeeper first, then more consultants, bring in cash, you know, bring in revenue into the business, then start thinking about more support staff and particularly marketing staff. So there you go. It's not rocket science, but that's really the way to grow your business steadily and without having too many problems. So I hope that was of interest and help. If you enjoy these videos, you know what to do. You've got to hit subscribe, you hit the bell, and that way you'll get notified every time we have a new video out. And when do they come out? They come out on a Wednesday. What are we talking about next week? I'm not sure. You have to hang around and see what's happening next week, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.